What's good, YouTube? It's Zach, and today we got Miami Dolphins record predictions. Hope everyone's having an amazing day so far. Yes, I do have the Miami Dolphins finishing third in the AFC East. I'm so sorry to all my Dolphins fans out there, the very few that even still exist. But, however, let's get straight into it. With week one against the Indianapolis Colts, you could argue the Colts have the worst starting quarterback in the NFL in Anthony Richardson. With that being said, this is the Dolphins in September, which is one of the best teams in NFL history. So give me Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins destroying the Colts on the road for week one. Week two, they are hosting their first home game, obviously, taking on the New England Patriots. If you guys haven't seen my Patriots or Bills record prediction, make sure to check it out. I've uploaded those 2 and 4 days ago now. And unfortunately for the Dolphins, I do have them actually getting a win. I was looking ahead. I'm sorry, I got the spreadsheet. There's a lot going on over here. But I do have the Dolphins take care of business at home. This is Tua in September. What are we talking about? This is already Tua MVP chant territory. So the Dolphins start out 2-0. Week three on the short week. They have a division matchup on the short week, and this might be the last team you want to see with only 4 days rest. They are traveling to Buffalo from Miami, but keep in mind that's a pretty girthy flight there, taking on Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, the Dolphins have no chance at winning this game. They're already going to be gassed from a hard defensive matchup the week prior against New England Patriots. I do have the Bills waxing the Dolphins here in week three, dropping them to 2-1. Week four on kind of the mini bye. They go from Thursday to Monday Night Football in 3 division matchups in a row. I didn't realize they went Patriots, Bills, and Jets, seeing all of them once really early on in the season. And then with all that extra rest, and they're going to be at home. This is still September, as you can see, September 29th to be exact, on Monday Night. First off, Monday Night Football, that's kind of gross. Jets and Dolphins. Or is there two? Oh, is there 2 Monday night games? Because it's at 7:15, because it's usually 8:20. Hopefully there's not 2 Monday night games. If that's the case, I'm probably watching the other one. But yeah, Dolphins take care of the Jets, coming out to an early 3-1 start. Week 5, they travel to Carolina to take on Bryce Young and the Panthers. This is actually going to be a tougher matchup for the Dolphins than I originally anticipated. This is the first week in October. Not that that even matters. I just like trolling Dolphins fans, one in specific. But I do have the Panthers actually taking care of business at home, knocking out Tua, hopefully not quite literally, knocking out the Dolphins, and the Dolphins drop to 3-2. Taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers are going to be one of the more sneakier teams in the NFL this season. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up winning the AFC West. And if they're going to want to win the AFC West, they're going to have to take care of business in this matchup. So I do have Justin Herbert and the Chargers taking out the Dolphins, where now the Dolphins fall to 3-3. Week 7, they kind of get a bye week here as they travel to Cleveland to take on Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett or Shedeur Sanders or Dylan Gabriel or Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Elves. Browns are arguably going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL this season. If the Dolphins lose this game, it might be time to wrap it up and trade everybody. I'm talking Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, fire Mike McDaniel. Tua's got to for sure go into concussion protocol, even if he's not hurt. But yeah, give me the Dolphins taking care of the Browns in this one. Week 8, they're taking on a very tricky and hard to predict Atlanta Falcons team. Dolphins usually don't play that well on the road. This is only in Georgia. It's one state north of Florida. But I do kind of like Michael Penix and Drake London in specific here. Is probably going to have a really big game. So give me the Falcons to take out the Dolphins, dropping them to 4-4. Look at these next 3 weeks before the bye week. You got the Baltimore Ravens on the short week. You are hosting the Buffalo Bills. That's going to be your second and final meeting of the season. And then you get the Washington Commanders. I'm going to keep it a buck. The Dolphins aren't winning any of these games, bro. Lamar Jackson might go for 300 rushing yards against them. Josh Allen might go for 500 total yards. And Jaden Daniels literally just combine the stats of the Bills and the Ravens. And this is 3 elite quarterbacks for the Dolphins are not going to have a great defense. So yeah, I have the Falcons. I have the Dolphins going into the bye week on a 4-game losing streak. They're going to be dropping all 4 of these games. And I would be surprised if any of them were one score other than the Atlanta Falcons game. So yeah, the Dolphins are coming in out of the bye at 4-7. The season's already looking like it is dead in the water, but they do have a nice few games here. They get the New Orleans Saints, who I think are going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL this season. They are at home, thankfully, and I do believe the Dolphins will get a win, believe it or not, taking down the Saints. And is it Tyler Shuck or who? I have no idea who's going to be the quarterback for the Saints. It doesn't even matter. Dolphins take care of business here. And this is what I'm talking about here, dude. Shout out to my guy, but I had to I'm literally recording the record prediction video right now. I literally texted him about to record it, and sure enough, he goes 14-0. Let's do it. He says he's trolling, but I don't think he's trolling. Nah, but for real, shout out to my guy. Up next, week 14, they get the New Jersey Jets. Yeah, Dolphins should easily sweep the Jets this season. If they were to lose, it would probably be this one right here at MetLife Stadium, because the Jets fans, although they do have a lot of suffering in their franchise's history, they do still show up for their team. But I'm going to give the Dolphins the benefit of the doubt, and I think they'll take care of business, bringing their record up to 6-7, looking to make a playoff push. Playoff push gets pushed off of a cliff into a downfall. And yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday Night Football at Acrisure Stadium, still should be Heinz Field. I'm going to say that in every single video I see the Steelers having a home game. Aaron Rodgers is literally not going to let them lose this game, because I'm sure the Steelers and the Dolphins are going to be fighting for playoff positioning at this point. And I see Aaron Rodgers and the more experienced Steelers getting the job done at home. And maybe one of the worst stretches to end the season. They got week 16 against the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals should already have like the 5 seed locked up at this point, but the Bengals are still going to be playing hard because it's Joe Burrow going for probably 7,500 yards just to carry that lackluster defense. Trey Hendrickson and Shamar Stewart are still not signed, and it is July 17th. What is going on in Cincinnati? Hopefully they figure that out. The Bengals should win this one. And yeah, Dolphins, I think, are already mathematically eliminated with a loss here. At that point, the season's literally already over. I have them losing to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in week 17. And however, the week 18 against the New England Patriots, this game could mean everything for the Patriots. They could have a win and in situation. I do have the Pats missing the playoffs because I actually went through and made my standings, and I had them finishing, I think it was 8th or 9th in the AFC. But the Patriots aren't going to try to lose this game, because I think the Patriots are going to be that 9-ish, 10-ish win area, and this is going to mean their entire season. The Dolphins are already mathematically eliminated. The Dolphins could do the funniest thing and just win and knock out the Patriots, but I think the Patriots are the better team, and the Dolphins finish the NFL season with a 6-11 record. No playoffs, a lot of question marks at quarterback, head coach, and if Tyreek Hill already hasn't demanded a trade, I do believe he is going to get traded, which is why I have the Dolphins record so low. What you think down in the comment section below. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Turn on post notifications. Remember, every other day we have NFL predictions coming out. Other than that, it's been Zach. I'll see you all in my next video. Peace.